Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 3 of the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. My name is Nina Adio, and I'd like to thank you for allowing this podcast into your earbuds, your Bluetooth, your car radio, wherever you are listening from. On the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast, I discuss tips and tricks for wedding pros to DIY their social media or gain the confidence to outsource it. Before I get into today's topic of Passion Makes Perfect, I wanted to let you know that I am doing a giveaway for a free 1-hour consultation call with me. All you have to do is review this podcast on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot of your review to me by email at hello@idoweddingmarketing.com or Instagram via message at idoweddingmarketing. This is a brand new podcast, and I'm so grateful to already have 3 reviews. So what I'm going to do is draw a winner once I hit 10 reviews. So this is a huge 1-hour value for just hopefully what will be a few minutes of your time, and it really would help this podcast grow and reach others. Okay, guys, now let's get to our topic. Passion makes perfect. This concept came out of a conversation I was having with one of my sisters. I have 3, and this sister just moved to a new historical town she's been totally in love with for years. And coinciding with her move, she made an Instagram account dedicated to this area. And let me tell you, in just 5 weeks from creation to now, she's grown the account to 800 followers. That's well over 100 followers a week. How did she do it, though, right? That's probably what you're asking. And, well, okay, having a sister who does social media marketing does help. But while she listened to my insight on hashtags and reels and the like, the passion was pivotal here. I'm going to break down the ways I think her passion or any passion could push an account to fast organic growth. And look, guys, fake it till you make it. Take these points to try and implement passion, brainstorm, and get creative. Reverse engineer this process. And if you can't, remember, niche marketing like myself is always an option. Don't panic. So, passion paid for my sister in regards to her time spent on the platform. I find this with accounts I run for clients as well. Now, right now, I'm going to be talking about Instagram because that's what she started her account on, but this can apply to most social media platforms. When I'm first starting on a client's account, it's like the honeymoon period for me. I'm obsessed with it. I'm genuinely excited to meet the audience, to get new people to discover their brand, to see what consumers in their market are sharing and saying. If you're in the wedding business and you're obsessed with weddings, I'm being broad here, that's going to make it much easier, though, to spend time on your accounts on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. The more you're on the platform, the more opportunity that you have for sharing content, engaging with content, creating content, you get it, and seeing relevant things, seeing what other people in your area, your competitors, or even just people you look up to see what they are doing. More is more, and social media platforms love people who use their app. They love to see that you're spending time on the app. It's that simple. Use it or lose it. So number 2, content. Content is a bit easier. I said a bit easier. It's a whole lot easier to create when you're passionate about your posting, right? I've had Instagram accounts, blogs, profiles for everything. I mean, everything. My cat, affirmations, America's Next Top Model, weddings, anything. And that's because, for me personally, I learned social media best when creating content around something I enjoy. So not only did I learn best doing those profiles, but it was that much easier to create content. Posting 7 times a day with reels and stories for a topic you're passionate about is much easier than posting content for something you have no interest in at that volume. And I gave that example of 7 times a week. I said 7 times a day, didn't I? I meant 7 times a week with reels and stories because that's what my sister is doing on her account, which grew it up to 800 organic followers in a little over a month. So that's why I gave that example. All right, next up, number 3, know-how. When you're passionate about something, you're informed, and that comes through. Oh, especially on social media, it comes through. It comes through in your captions, in your content that you select, and in your messaging. It's almost like having someone speak your language. Some subcultures all have their own jargon. If you post about and using the letters STD anywhere else, it's not good. But if you post in a wedding planning group, they know you're talking about save the dates. It cracks me up every time. But you just read it as save the date when you're in those groups. So when you find a profile that speaks your language, it creates a level of trust, camaraderie, and understanding. This is why niching my marketing business was so important to me. When working for venues and teaching myself what would now be my social media formula, I saw that what works for blanket marketing may not apply for wedding professionals. Also, think about who's answering your messages. Do they understand what clients may be asking about or messaging about? Do they understand that there are minimum guarantees and max capacity guidelines? Do they know what a second shoot is, or that a specific dates can drastically alter your pricing? Make sure whoever is answering your social media messages knows how to do it properly if they don't have that know-how already. So what if you're... Guys, I am such a newbie to this podcast recording. I didn't put my phone on any sort of airplane mode or tell people not to call me. So I got a call and, I don't know where I left off, but I think it was at. So what if you're passionate about your business, but not social media? You don't have to post daily, first off, okay? Deciding what you can commit to is where you should start. Can you post once a week, 3 times a week? And remind yourself that by posting, you're connecting the dots between the business, service, etc. that you are passionate about to the client looking for it. So try to remind yourself that your passion can grow with these connections that you're going to breed together online. But, don't panic if being on social media all day, every day isn't your thing. One account that's local to me and a friend of mine is Lombardi's Love Lane Market. It's just at Lombardi's Love Lane Market on Instagram. And she learned that Instagram stories were the best way to stay consistent on the platform while still showcasing her passion of gourmet local catering. So her feed is infrequent, which I always tease her about, but it's very specifically curated, and she's still showing up on the platform every day through Instagram stories. So maybe the still feed posts aren't for you, but reels are, or stories, or going live. Or what if you're obsessed with Instagram but not Facebook? Connect those accounts. It's totally fine to have your Facebook mirror your Instagram account. Basically, what you want people to see is that you're active and that you exist and that you're posting about what you care about. Now, maybe social media isn't your problem, but the job or the content itself is. Write down the 5 things you enjoy most about your work. And if it's not the work itself, maybe it's your coworkers. So then consider doing an employee shout out each week. When I worked at the wedding venues, you can best believe that whenever there was food in the kitchen that was new, I was doing a Facebook post about it. I was very, very passionate about the new food in the venue kitchen. But find those little things and share them. That enjoyment, excitement, and that appreciation is going to flow through. Okay, still not convinced? If you're still not convinced, then it may be time to consider outsourcing your social media to someone who does love what you're doing. Consider an already existing employee or team member, or outsourcing with a niche agency like myself at I Do Wedding Marketing. Do you have a story about how your passion led to your social media success? Send me a message at I Do Wedding Marketing on Instagram, or send me an email at hello@idoweddingmarketing.com. I'd love to hear about it. I also welcome your comments, suggestions, and your recommendations for future guests as we build this podcast. And don't forget, guys, at 10 reviews, I will be giving away a free 1-hour strategy call with me. Leave an Apple Podcast review and send a screenshot to me at hello@idoweddingmarketing.com or on Instagram at I Do Wedding Marketing. New episodes of the I Do Wedding Marketing podcast drop every Wednesday. I'm also live on Instagram every Wedding Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern at I Do Wedding Marketing. You can learn more about my services and inquire about working together at www.idoweddingmarketing.com. Thank you for being here. Until next week.